A bustling MMA gym. Fighters are sparring, punching bags swinging, trainers shouting instructions. In the corner, a middle-aged janitor, Rahim, quietly mops the floor. His uniform is faded, his eyes tired, but his movements are steady and precise. In every place of glory, there is someone unseen, someone forgotten, someone who doesn't wear gloves, but carries scars deeper than anyone in the ring. Rahim pauses for a moment, looking at the fighters practicing. His eyes lock on a young fighter, landing powerful kicks. There's a flicker of something in his expression, memory, maybe pride, but he quickly looks away and returns to mopping. Alex, cocky fighter, laughing. Hey, old man, careful with that mop or you'll slip and break your back. Crowd of fighters, laughs. Rahim, calm, without looking up. Better to fall cleaning than to fall showing off. The laughter dies for a second. Alex frowns, embarrassed. Alex, what did you say? Rahim, nothing, just keep training. Words are sharp, but silence can cut deeper. Alex walks toward Rahim, crowd following, sensing drama. Alex, you think you know fighting, janitor? Maybe you used to fight rats in your old basement, huh? Rahim, calm, wiping his mop and standing taller. Respect is also part of fighting. Maybe you should learn that first. The fighters burst into laughter again, but this time some exchange curious glances. Rahim's composure feels different, controlled, unshaken. Greatness doesn't need a stage. Sometimes it waits quietly in the shadows until someone forces it into the light. Alex smirks, throws his gloves down, and steps closer. Alex, all right then, prove it. One round, you and me. Let's see if your mop skills work in the cage. Everyone laughs louder, cheering for Alex. Rahim hesitates, looking down at his old hands, scarred and rough. For a moment, he seems like he'll walk away. Then, he drops the mop, straightens his back, and his eyes burn with quiet fire. Rahim, fine. One round. The gym falls into silence. For the first time, the janitor isn't invisible anymore. And so, the forgotten man took his first step back into a world he thought he had left behind. Inside the training cage, fighters gather around, some recording with their phones. The energy in the gym shifts, half excitement, half disbelief. Rahim steps inside slowly. His janitor's shoes squeak against the mat. He removes his faded jacket, revealing a lean but wiry body, muscles defined, not from gym work, but from years of hard labor. They thought it would be a joke, a man with a mop, standing against a man with gloves. But life has a way of turning jokes into lessons. Alex bounces on his feet, grinning, throwing light punches in the air, showing off. The crowd chants his name. Rahim stands still, calm, his eyes locked on Alex, as if studying every move. Alex, don't blink, old man. This'll be over quick. Rahim quietly, we'll see. The bell rings. Alex charges forward, cocky, throwing a fast jab. Rahim doesn't move. At the last second, he tilts his head slightly. The punch misses by inches. Gasps echo around the cage. He didn't block. He didn't flinch. He simply knew. Alex frowns, tries again, this time a strong hook. Rahim leans back, smooth, almost effortless. His footwork is light, controlled. The crowd's laughter fades, replaced by murmurs. Fighter in the crowd. Wait, does he actually know what he's doing? Another voice. No way. He's just lucky. Alex grows frustrated, throwing a series of wild punches. Rahim avoids each one, barely moving more than an inch at a time. Then, with lightning speed, Rahim taps Alex's chest with an open palm. Light but precise. Alex stumbles backward, shocked. Speed can be trained. Power can be built. But timing is born from years of discipline. The crowd erupts, some laughing at Alex, others whispering in disbelief. Alex's face reddens with anger. Alex, growling, you think that was something? Try this. He rushes in with a powerful kick. Rahim sidesteps, grabs Alex's leg with shocking precision, and gently but firmly pushes him to the ground. Alex lands hard. The crowd gasps, some even cheer. Rahim steps back, offering no follow-up, just standing with calm dignity. Rahim, enough. You have strength, but no control. Alex scrambles up, furious, humiliated. Trainers step in, stopping the fight, before it gets ugly. What began as a joke had turned into a lesson, and the janitor was no longer invisible. Phones are filming, whispers spreading through the gym. Some fighters stare at Rahim with new respect, but Rahim quietly picks up his old jacket, steps out of the cage, and reaches for his mop again, as if nothing happened. The camera lingers on Alex's furious, humiliated face and Rahim's calm, unreadable expression. The gym is buzzing. Fighters replay the scene on their phones, pointing at Rahim's movements. Some are laughing at Alex. Others are staring at Rahim with curiosity. Rahim, however, is back in the corner, quietly mopping the floor as if nothing happened. They saw it with their own eyes, but they still couldn't believe it. The man who swept their floors had just swept the floor with one of their best fighters. Two trainers stand near the cage, whispering. One of them, Coach Harris, an older man with sharp eyes, looks unsettled. Trainer 1, did you see that? He moved like he's been in the ring before. Trainer 2, yeah, that wasn't luck. That was skill. Coach Harris, narrowing his eyes, I've seen that style before. A long time ago. Rahim continues working, ignoring the stares. But his face tightens for a moment, as if he knows people are watching differently now. He had spent years hiding from questions, from memories, from the man he used to be, but the past has a way of catching up. Later that evening, the gym is nearly empty. Alex sits on the bench, wrapping his bruised hand, scowling. Coach Harris walks over, watching Rahim in silence before approaching. Coach Harris, where did you learn that footwork? Rahim, without looking up, nowhere. Just old habits. Coach Harris, don't lie to me. That wasn't habit. That was discipline. Years of it. Rahim finally looks up, his eyes sharp. There's a pause. Rahim, that life is behind me. Coach Harris, so it's true. You were a fighter. Alex overhears, eyes widening. He slams his water bottle down. Alex, what? This janitor used to fight? No way. Rahim, quietly, it doesn't matter anymore. Coach Harris, serious tone, it matters now. Because the way you move today, that's not something you forget. That's something the world still needs. He wanted to disappear into silence, but fate had other plans. Alex storms out, anger boiling. Meanwhile, Rahim grabs his mop and bucket, heading toward the exit. For a brief second, he stops, looks at the gym cage, and his eyes soften, almost like an old wound opening again. He had buried his past, but tonight, the past had started digging its way back. The scene ends with a close-up of Rahim's scarred hands, gripping the mop handle. Hands that once knew how to fight, now pretending to belong to a man who cleans floors. The next day, at the gym, fighters are clustered in groups, whispering. Some scroll through their phones, replaying the clip of Rahim sidestepping Alex. The video has already spread on social media, gaining attention. What was supposed to be a private joke was now public. The janitor's quiet display of skill was out in the world, and whispers had turned into noise. Alex storms into the gym, furious, slamming his gym bag on the floor. He glares at Rahim, who is again in the corner, calmly sweeping. Alex, you think this is funny? You embarrassed me in front of everyone, and now it's online? Rahim, calmly. I didn't post anything. Alex, doesn't matter. You made me look weak. Nobody humiliates me like that. Fighters gather, tension building. Coach Harris steps between them. Coach Harris, enough, Alex. This isn't about your pride. You lost control. Learn from it. Alex, snapping. Learn from a janitor? Are you kidding me? Rahim silently puts down the broom, looking Alex in the eyes. For a moment, the gym goes quiet. Rahim, pride will destroy you before any opponent can. The words hit Alex harder than any punch. He clenches his fists, but doesn't move. Anger is loud. Wisdom whispers, but sometimes a whisper cuts deeper than a scream. Later that evening, Coach Harris sits in his office, flipping through old fight records. He finds an old newspaper clipping. Rahim Khan, The Silent Storm. A black and white photo shows a younger Rahim in a fighting stance, gloves raised, eyes fierce. He wasn't just a fighter. He was a name, a rising star, before he vanished. Coach Harris looks up as Rahim enters the office, holding a mop bucket. Coach Harris, why did you walk away? You had a future, titles, recognition. What happened? Rahim, after a pause, I lost more than a fight. I lost myself. Coach Harris, but you still have it. The skill, the discipline. Don't waste it here in the shadows. Raheem, shaking his head. The shadows are safer. For me and for others. Coach Harris leans back, troubled. He wanted nothing but silence, but the world had already begun to speak his name again. Cut to Alex in the locker room, pacing like a caged animal. His friend records him. Alex, I don't care if he's old or used to be some fighter. I'll break him next time. He won't walk away again. The camera zooms on Alex's furious face, then cuts to Raheem leaving the gym quietly at night, walking down a dimly lit street. His figure looks strong yet lonely, a man carrying secrets on his shoulders. The stage was set, pride against wisdom, youth against experience. But in the fight to come, the world would learn who Raheem truly was. Nighttime. The gym's parking lot. Alex scrolls furiously through his phone. Clips of his loss are everywhere. Fighters, influencers, even strangers are mocking him online. The headline reads, Janitor schools MMA fighter in 1 round. What spreads faster than truth? Shame. And Alex's shame had traveled farther than he ever imagined. Inside the gym the next morning, a bigger crowd than usual gathers. Some are here just to see the fighting janitor. Phones are out. Cameras waiting. Raheem quietly pushes his mop across the floor, ignoring the stares. Fighter 1, that's him, the janitor who made Alex fall. Fighter 2, looks too calm, like he doesn't even care. Fighter 3, that's the scary part. Alex storms into the gym, this time with more aggression, his pride burning. He points at Raheem. Alex, enough hiding. You embarrassed me once, but this time, it won't be in the shadows. I want a real fight. In front of everyone, the crowd roars, cheering. Phones shoot upward, recording every second. Raheem stops mopping, lifts his head, and gazes at Alex steadily. Raheem, I told you, I don't fight anymore. Alex, mocking. Of course you don't, because you're scared. Scared everyone will see the truth, that you're just a washed-up has-been pretending to be something more. The words sting. A hush falls over the gym. Even Coach Harris leans forward, waiting for Raheem's response. He had run from the spotlight for years, but some fires, once lit, cannot be ignored. Raheem, calm but firm. One fight changes nothing, but if it teaches you respect, I'll give you your rematch. The crowd explodes. Phones record, voices cheer. Alex smirks in triumph, while Raheem's expression remains unreadable. It wasn't pride that brought him back. It wasn't fame. It was a lesson that could only be taught with fists. Coach Harris steps in, worried. Coach Harris, Raheem, are you sure? He's young, strong, and hungry. You don't need to prove anything. Raheem, I'm not proving anything, Harris. I'm reminding him and myself that respect must be earned. Montage sequence. Social media posts spreading about the upcoming rematch. Local fight fans buzzing with excitement. Clips of Alex training harder than ever, sweating, punching the bag with rage. Raheem quietly cleaning the gym, practicing subtle movements in the shadows when no one is watching. Two men, one driven by pride, the other by principle. The world was ready for a spectacle, but what they would witness was far more than a fight. Scene ends with Raheem standing alone in the gym. Late at night, he places the mop aside, raises his fists slowly, and shadows of his old fighting stance emerge. His reflection in the mirror shows not a janitor, but the fighter he once was. The gym is transformed into an arena. Bright lights, a roaring crowd, cameras flashing. The cage in the center glows under the spotlights. A banner reads, "Special Exhibition Match, Alex versus the Janitor." It was no longer just a grudge. It was a spectacle. Pride versus principle. Strength against experience. And everyone wanted to see the ending. Crowds fill the stands, chanting Alex's name. Reporters line the sides, cameras ready. Social media streams the event live. Alex enters first, pumped and confident, his entourage hyping him up. He pounds his chest, raising his gloves high as the crowd roars. His face burns with determination and vengeance. Alex, shouting, "Tonight, I end this once and for all." Then the cage opens for Raheem. No entourage, no music, just silence as he walks in slowly, wearing nothing but a simple t-shirt and worn-out shoes. Some people cheer, others laugh, unsure what to expect. But his calm steps carry weight. One man entered to prove himself. The other entered to remind the world who he once was. The referee gathers them in the center. Alex smirks arrogantly, bouncing on his feet. Raheem stands still, eyes locked, breathing slow. Referee, keep it clean. Fight fair. Touch gloves. Alex, mocking. Don't worry, old man. I'll make it quick. Raheem, calmly. Quickness is not the same as wisdom. The bell rings. The crowd explodes. Alex comes out aggressively, throwing rapid combinations. His punches are sharper, faster than before. His training shows. Raheem defends calmly, moving just enough to dodge, conserving energy. The crowd cheers every punch Alex throws. Alex had trained for speed, for power, for domination. But Raheem had trained for something else entirely. Patience. Raheem slips a punch and counters with a light jab to Alex's shoulder. Precise, controlled. Alex growls, attacking harder, trying to overwhelm him. Commentator, Alex is all over him. But wait, Raheem's barely moving. He's conserving energy. Raheem's eyes focus. Every move Alex makes seems slower to him. He dodges a kick, redirects a punch, and lands another subtle counter. The crowd gasps. Raheem isn't just defending, he's dissecting Alex. Experience isn't measured in muscles, it's measured in moments, and Raheem had lived through thousands of them. Alex grows more frustrated, swinging wider, breathing heavier. Raheem sidesteps again, landing a clean strike to Alex's ribs. Alex stumbles, but refuses to fall. The crowd roars louder. Alex, panting, stand and fight. Stop running. Raheem, calmly. A storm doesn't run. It waits for the right moment to strike. The round ends with Alex sweating, chest heaving, while Raheem looks almost untouched, calm and steady. The crowd is buzzing. This is no ordinary janitor. The first round had ended, but the real fight was only beginning. Raheem sits quietly in the corner, sipping water slowly. Across from him, Alex fumes, slamming his gloves together, his pride wounded, but his rage alive. The arena lights shine down. Two men sitting in silence before the storm. A cold night. The janitor sits on a bench outside the gym, head hanging low, his knuckles bruised, his uniform still dirty from work. Street lights flicker. The sound of distant traffic fills the silence. Every dream carries a price, and sometimes that price feels too heavy to bear. For him, this was the breaking point. Tired, defeated, forgotten. He watches other fighters leaving the gym laughing together, carrying their gear bags. He doesn't belong. His eyes water, but he quickly wipes them away. I've been listening to an inner voice, whispering to himself, maybe I'll never be good enough. Maybe I'm just a janitor. Suddenly, the old trainer approaches. He's been watching silently from the doorway. The trainer sits beside him, without saying a word for a moment. The silence itself feels heavy. Trainer, you know what I see when I look at you? Janitor, broken tone. A loser? Trainer, firm voice. No, I see the same fire I once had. A fire I lost because I gave up. Don't make the same mistake I did. The janitor lifts his head slowly, meeting the trainer's eyes. The trainer's gaze is sharp, but filled with belief. Trainer, you're not fighting them, you're fighting yourself. And the day you conquer your fear is the day the world will have no choice but to respect you. In that moment, his broken spirit found a spark that could light an entire fire. The janitor clenches his fists. His knuckles bleed, but his eyes burn with determination. He stands, nodding. Then teach me. Make me stronger. I'll clean this whole gym 1,000 times if I have to. But I'm not quitting. Not now. Passage. The trainer smirks faintly, placing a hand on his shoulder. Behind them, the gym lights glow like a beacon in the night. And for the first time, the janitor wasn't just dreaming of change. He was becoming it. A dimly lit underground fight arena. The walls are grimy, neon lights flicker, and the air smells of sweat and adrenaline. Crowds of spectators press close to the cage, cheering loudly. Phones flash as people record the event. Not all fights are for glory. Some are for survival. Some are for respect. And for Rahim, this fight would decide if the past was truly buried or ready to rise again. Rahim enters quietly, wearing simple workout clothes. His eyes scan the cage. Opponents are bigger, younger, and trained for underground brutality. He's clearly the underdog. Spectators whispering, "Is that the janitor?" He looks harmless. Another, "Harmless? After what he did to Alex? This is going to be interesting." The referee steps in, signaling both fighters. Rahim's opponent is a hulking man, muscles bulging, tattoos covering his arms. He cracks his knuckles, smirking. Opponent, "You sure you want to do this? I'll make it quick." Rahim, calmly, "I didn't come here to lose." The bell rings. The fight begins. Rahim moves with incredible precision, dodging powerful swings. The crowd gasps as he counters with lightning-quick strikes that aren't just defensive. They're calculated, deliberate. Years of hidden training, discipline, and experience now merged with his patience. Every movement was controlled, every strike intentional. The opponent swings wildly, overconfident. Rahim steps aside, redirects a punch, and lands a sharp strike to his ribs. The man stumbles, surprised at the janitor's skill. Whoa, did you see that? That's the janitor. He's unreal. Part 2. Rahim's breathing is steady, almost meditative. His eyes show focus, not aggression. The opponent, frustrated, attacks more aggressively, leaving openings. Rahim notices every weakness, waiting. This wasn't a fight for victory. It was a lesson in control, timing, and respect. Finally, with a perfectly timed move, Rahim sidesteps a heavy punch, grabs the opponent's arm, and uses his momentum to bring him down with a clean throw. Silence falls for a moment. All around him, the crowd erupts, cheering and shouting his name. Phones flash everywhere. Rahim helps the opponent to his feet, showing sportsmanship. He sidesteps a heavy punch, grabs the opponent's arm, and uses his momentum to bring him down with a clean throw. Period. Rahim walks out of the underground arena quietly, crowds still chanting. His face is calm, but inside, a sense of vindication and pride glows. Alex is at the gym, alone in the locker room, scrolling through his phone. Clips of Rahim defeating underground fighters are everywhere. Fans are sharing videos, praising the janitor-turned-fighter. The humiliation of yesterday had become the obsession of today, and Alex could no longer ignore the man he once mocked. Alex slams his fist against the locker. Trainers glance nervously at him, sensing the storm brewing. Alex, furious. This can't be real. A janitor beating fighters stronger, younger, faster than me? No, he's going down. I'll make sure of it. Cut to Rahim, sitting quietly in the gym after work. He scrolls through messages on his phone. Fans congratulating him. Underground fight organizers asking for matches. His expression is calm, almost detached. Fame wasn't what he sought. The thrill of the fight wasn't his goal. But the world had other plans for him and for Alex. The next day, the gym is packed. Word has spread. Alex has issued a public challenge to Rahim. A final no-holds-barred rematch in front of the largest crowd the gym has ever seen. Alex shouting across the gym, "Rahim, you've been lucky, hiding in the shadows. Step into the cage with me. Tonight everyone will see who the real fighter is." Rahim stops mopping, looks up calmly. The crowd falls silent, sensing the tension. He walks toward the center of the gym slowly, his movements deliberate, his eyes steady. "Rahim, I warned you once. Respect is earned, not demanded. But if you want to learn that lesson the hard way, I'll teach it." Whispers ripple through the crowd. Cameras flash. Social media is already buzzing. Janitor versus champion, the ultimate rematch. The stage was set. Pride against wisdom, fury against patience, and the world waited, breathless, for the storm that was about to erupt. Alex glares at Rahim, clenching his fists. Rahim stands calm, almost meditative, his past and present converging in his gaze. The gym lights shine down like a spotlight on destiny itself. This wasn't just about a fight anymore. It was about respect, redemption, and proving that true strength is not just in muscle, but in heart. The camera pans over the excited crowd, the flashing phones, the tense fighters watching from the sidelines, and finally settles on the two men poised for the ultimate showdown. The gym-turned arena is packed beyond capacity. Neon lights illuminate the cage. Social media live streams flash on multiple screens. The crowd is a sea of excitement and anticipation. Every journey has a moment that defines it. Every battle has a moment that decides it. And tonight, two men would discover the true meaning of strength. Alex enters first. His face is tight with rage, muscles flexed, gloves raised. His entourage pumps him up. Alex shouting, "This time, Raheem, you won't escape. I'll finish this." Raheem steps in next. Simple clothes, calm demeanor, but eyes burning with quiet fire. No entourage, no fanfare, just presence. Calm doesn't mean weak. Silence doesn't mean defeated. Raheem carried the weight of experience, pain, and lessons learned into the cage. The bell rings. Alex comes out aggressively, throwing a flurry of punches and kicks. Raheem moves with absolute precision, avoiding blows, redirecting energy, countering when necessary. Commentator: Alex is all over him, but Raheem is unshakable. Look at that control. Alex grows frustrated, swinging harder, overextending. Raheem sidesteps, taps him lightly but accurately, and Alex stumbles. The crowd gasps. Power without control is chaos. Wisdom without action is nothing, and Raheem had both. The fight escalates. Alex throws a heavy spinning kick. Raheem ducks, grabs his leg, and uses leverage to bring him to the mat. Alex hits the floor hard, gasping. Alex frustrated. "Get up! Don't let me beat you with your own tricks." Raheem steps back, breathing steady, watching Alex rise. He moves not with anger, but calculation. Each strike, each dodge is deliberate. The audience is on the edge of their seats. This wasn't just a fight for victory. It was a fight for respect, for redemption, for the truth hidden behind years of silence. Final moments. Alex swings one last desperate punch. Raheem anticipates, steps aside, and executes a flawless counter. A combination of a block, a sidestep, and a controlled strike to Alex's chest that sends him gently to the mat. The crowd erupts in disbelief and applause. Phones flash everywhere. Alex lies on the mat, breathing heavily, staring up in shock. Raheem stands calm, victorious, yet humble. Strength isn't shown by beating others. It's shown by controlling yourself. And with that, the janitor who once cleaned floors had earned something far greater than fame. He had earned respect. Raheem helps Alex to his feet. They exchange a brief nod of acknowledgement. Alex's anger fades into grudging respect. The crowd cheers wildly. Sometimes, the quietest people carry the loudest power, and the world finally listened. The final scene, Raheem walking out of the arena at night, mop in hand, silhouetted against the streetlights. Not a fighter seeking glory, but a man who reclaimed his life and honor. In life, it's not about the battles you win. It's about the battles you survive and the respect you earn along the way. Raheem showed us that true strength isn't about muscles or belts. It's about patience, respect, and discipline. And maybe it's about proving the world wrong when it counts the most. Smash that like button if you believe respect is greater than pride. You want to share this video with someone who needs motivation today. And hit subscribe, because tomorrow's story might just be yours.